The thrill of victory. There's nothing like it in the NASCAR Cup Series. But for 9 drivers who won last year, victory lane has been closed. Will Talladega give them a chance to party, celebrate, and rejoice? I'm joined by our NBC analysts, Brad Daugherty and Parker Kligerman. And guys, 6 races remain in the season, and there are 9 drivers who have not won this year that won a race last year. Can any of those guys win in the remaining 6 races, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking at Chase Elliott. Who isn't? I mean, with the resources and his ability to go without a win would just be, I mean, not missing the playoffs is catastrophic. This would just be remarkable for that race team with everything they have not to win one race would be absolutely a horrible season. So I think they throw all their chips in. They push all their chips in. He's been great at Talladega in the past, as we've seen. He's a heck of a road racer going to the Roval. There's multiple opportunities. I'd be shocked if that 9 car doesn't end up in victory lane these next 6 races.
It's a great point, Brad. And one that really sticks out to me is a driver that is contending in the playoffs right now, has shown tremendous speed at some of the mile and a half. When we look at Kansas until he unfortunately had an issue, and obviously last week at Texas, and that is Bubba Wallace. I expect him to be a threat for sure this coming weekend at Talladega because of his super speedway acumen. He's won there before. He does a great job of getting to the front of these races and controlling the pack. So to me, he also is in this playoff position where I think, he, as long as they stay in the playoffs and they stay in the hunt, that keeps the intensity up for that race team. That keeps them engaged, locked in, and focused on trying to go out there and get the best results possible. I think that's the driver and team that could get a win here. And I'm surprised they haven't. And I really think it's just circumstances with the speed they've had to not have gotten this win already. So I think that's a race team for sure that in these next 6 races can find themselves in victory lane and possibly competing for a championship at Phoenix.
So I know we talk about Talladega being a wild card race, and maybe it's a little bit unfair to ask you who's going to win this weekend, but I will say this: if you get it right, I'm going to ask you for lottery numbers. But who do you have as maybe a couple drivers you're kind of looking at as potentials to win this weekend? Brad, starting with you.
Well, that's tough, but I'm going to put Brad Keselowski at the top of the list. I think he is so due. I've had so many conversations with him. He's so hungry. He's excellent at Talladega. Got his first victory there, in fact. So I'm looking at Brad Keselowski. Also, Bubba Wallace. He is excellent at the super speedways. He has been so close over the last several weeks of having an opportunity, and little things like Parker said, circumstances have kept him from winning. I look at him and having a chance to win there. And then my guy Ricky Stenhouse is really good at these super speedways. We're coming there to win the race, so we'll see what happens.
I was hoping you'd go with your guy there, Brad.
have to.
He's pretty good at this stuff. I have to agree with you on both of those. Those are really 2 that stick out to me. Another one, I think, just because of the position he's in, but he also won there earlier this year, and that is the 8 car of Kyle Busch. I think that's a team and a driver that are very capable of going out there, obviously, and winning at Talladega if they find themselves in the right position late in the race. I just think, Kyle has seemed to define the things he needs in these cars at the super speedways to put themselves in the right position late in these races. So he's one that really sticks out to me. I look at Ryan Blaney. He's been successful at super speedways. Why couldn't he go out there and win? I mean, it is Talladega, so there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of drivers. If I was to look outside the playoffs, one name that might stick out to me, AJ Allmendinger. Why not? Right? That's one. And then, of course, the Stewart-Haas racing cars of Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola. I think those are 2 that you have to keep your eye on as well.